Like I loved Drake's antics with the trolling and everything that he was talking about and his
Yeah,
push-ups. But I think a lot of people, a lot of the stuff that Kendrick was saying is gonna go over people's heads
that might be it too.
because he got a different rap style. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think just because he got a different rap style, niggas will try to shit on the fact that oh he ain't say nothing or something like that. But that's definitely not the
Uh-huh.
case.
Nah, hell no. He definitely went in on that job. And then all they gonna try to say is, oh, he took too long to come out with the rule.
Yeah,
Everything ain't right now.
that's kind of valid because I felt like him taking his time with the response took a little bit of the shock value out of it,
Right.
but
Right.
I don't take it away from him. Like I don't take anything away from the diss itself. Like the record's valid. Like he switched the beat three
Uh-huh.
times. The
Uh-huh.
nigga said he be popping ass with the hoes. He said he stand next to Sexy Red. He feel like he see two bitches in the mirror.
Right.
Like bro, he
That's
had some
funny.
bars. He definitely had
Yeah.
some bars.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
And he
that's
was he was
he
on that man
definitely
Drake.
went in. Yeah, he was. He told him, you know what I'm saying? He just told him some real stuff. Like, you know what you are. That's
And he
cool.
doubled down on the white boy shit.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. You
Hey
laughing a little
yo,
too hard,
he said you can't say nigga no more, bro. What you know why I
huh?
find it so funny though? Is because the
Yeah.
nigga's dad is black. He's a black man from fucking
That's what I'm
Houston.
saying. That's why I was saying I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all,
Yeah, man. Now they saying light
You
skinned
know,
niggas can't say nigga no more and shit. Like, what's the deal,
hey, I'm
G?
gonna say nigga all day. Fuck you, nigga. I'm a white ass grocery store. You know my daddy black as a motherfucker in my t-shirt. But yeah, nah, he went hard. I just, like we said before, I'm just glad to see, people battling again.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it be what it is, man. Just enjoy what it is for what it is.
But we know that Drake gonna come back.
Oh,
I
come
just
on,
don't
Drake.
know if I just don't know if Kendrick gonna say any more. Any, you know what I'm saying? Like if Drake drop again, I
I,
don't know if Kendrick gonna respond again.
I think he will though. I think because this one of the only times you really kind of heard Kendrick go back and forth with someone.
Yeah, I mean,
So the
but
fact,
these niggas been dissing each other for years now.
I mean,
So,
yeah, but that's
and
low
now they
key right
finally
now.
just now they finally
Yeah,
just
now it's like open. Like, hey, yeah, I'm blasting at you, you blasting at me type shit.
hmm
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think he'll definitely reply.
I
We'll
hope so.
see. Me too. I mean, I feel like feel like hip hop needed this, and
Yeah, in
yeah,
a way, but I feel
yeah,
like
for real.
on the under, there's a lot of shit going on that's
Mm-hmm.
probably really like gonna hurt some things in rap. I don't think record sales of hip hop is gonna go up just because these niggas are beefing. But I
Oh,
do
thank you,
feel
man.
like
Huh? No,
I do
somebody did it for me.
I
Oh,
do feel
thank
like
you.
there's some if this was to get any more serious, I do think this could become something that we don't want, which is an outside of rap beef.
Nah, I don't. I mean, between them, I don't think that.
I
You
mean, I don't
know.
think so either, but I mean basically Kendrick is daring Drake to act like a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like he's daring Drake to
But
and
Drake always.
what I mean by that is I'm not saying like
Hmm.
he's not black. I'm saying
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're
he daring him to like do some tough shit basically. Like he hates when Kendrick I mean when Drake talks about, talks tough and shit like that. Like he said he likes Drake when he can make him dance and shit like that. So I don't know, the thing that makes it kind of funny to me too is that in that push-ups jam,
Yeah.
he did Drake ain't really say nothing tough.
No.
He really just went crazy on the trolling aspect about that man's shoe size and maybe
He said
some
that man
rumors
wear a
that he might
size
have
seven.
heard. Yeah, and he called that man a bodyguard for his wife, which Kendrick replied to as well about talking about his family, and that's why I
Yeah.
said I hope that it doesn't like escalate any further because I already could tell that Kendrick's not trying to take it there, but he's trying to let Drake know like
Don't
don't
bring the
tread.
family into it.
Yeah, like don't
Yeah.
tread in the deep waters now. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start talking about
Yeah.
family and shit, now you're trading in a different zone. So keep it
Mm-hmm.
keep it hip hop, keep it battle mode and shit like that.
Right.
But and I'd rather it stay that way too. But
Yeah, for sure.
man, he also had a lot of shit that I'm still trying to understand, bro. Like
Uh-huh.
one of the lines he was saying like he loves Drake and J. Cole, but he would
Uh-huh.
explain it in the verse or whatever. And then he said like if they better be his friends or he'll be Wyan Melly. And it's like I get what he's saying.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
I get what he's saying. He's basically saying like if these niggas ain't really my friends, I'ma shoot, I'ma kill them.
yeah. I'm
You
gonna
know what I'm
kill him.
saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really get that part before where he was saying like he loves him or whatever like that like because I'm not saying he don't love Drake if that was what he was saying. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying I would think like the love would be more directed at Cole more than Drake because then he goes on to say how he hate Drake. He said, "I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way
Right.
you dress. I hate the way you rap. I hate the way you
Right.
like he was going on and on about that man."
That's straight.
So I don't know, I was a little confused by some of the things he was saying, but like
Mm-hmm.
I understood the gist of the raps and man, it's kind of hard for me to give that round to Kendrick because I just think if we're being honest, Drake had more wittier lines. But
I see what you're saying.
what I think about Kendrick's shit is
There you go.
what I was saying. I think Drake had more wittier lines, but I also feel like what Kendrick was saying was more truth. Like he
Yeah.
even brought up that like it ain't just him that don't like him. He feel like the industry is tired of his ass because he's just a bitch. Like he's just like one of the bitches.
That's crazy. But I mean, he's saying what a lot of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, won't
Yeah,
say because they scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't really go at Drake like that if you ain't built for that shit.
true.
Then he can
One of
fuck
the
around and get your ass shut down.
No, for real, but I think that's what was so ill about what Kendrick was saying too, because everything he was saying was probably true about the nigga Drake. Like he sent the cease and desist out. He didn't like that verse from like that. I don't think he like that period because they was dissing him, not just Kendrick. He talked about Pusha T, like you gonna try to battle rap me and you ain't even beat Pusha T. You better spin the block and and battle him before you come battle me.
Hmm.
Like that was crazy, a crazy line too.
But hold on though. Well, that's what I don't like. People gotta give Pusha his credit though. If Pusha came for anybody, he gonna give you some bars.
Yeah, but look, I had a conversation with someone earlier today about this when it dropped, and I was like, yo, I feel like Drake never finished Pusha T. Like, yeah, he responded to that Adonis shit, but like,
He ain't want that
was
smoke.
it was it really worth, what I'm saying? Was it really worth it? Like, Does everybody really felt like he beat Pusha T? Because I didn't.
I don't think any. Well, listen, unless you are a certified Drake fan, everybody know he ain't beat Pusha T. He ain't want that smoke for real.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously he was going to talk about, his record sales and, shit
Uh,
like that. That's obvious, but I mean, he really couldn't talk about the shit that
he
Pusha was
had.
saying. And then he even tried to come back around and make a joke about the Adonis shit. Like years later, he used it as a joke recently.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was it
yeah.
was
I
something
forgot what it was
else.
on. Yeah,
He was
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
wasn't
I know.
hiding myself from the industry. I was hiding the industry for myself or
Free for
some
my
shit
son.
like that.
Yeah, for my son. Yeah. You was hiding that motherfucker because he was ugly as shit when he was young. That's what you was doing. But I get what he was saying though. I would try to hide my kid too. You know what I'm saying? Because once people see all that, man, they taking pictures all day and trying to find where he gonna be at. And, that's a lot for a kid. So try to
Yeah.
hide as long as you can. But
Well, all spirit and love and war, man, like they say. So
oh yeah,
uh
for sure.
kids ain't off limits, unfortunately, when you in this these battles. But
Nah, my
wait,
kid's supposed to be off limits, man.
they are, but listen, man, I'm just saying. Did you hear the line about the Parkinson line?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'll park your son. I can't remember the line verbatim, but it was something about
Right.
I got a Jackson in or something in the crib, and man, it was an ill line. I have to do my research on because I don't have my computer
Mm.
right in front of me,
Nah,
but
it's all good.
yeah, it was some ill lines. I mean, obviously the two styles clash in a way that kind of gives Drake fans what they may feel as a upper hand in the battle, because like I said, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Drake's lines were a little bit more wittier, and it
Uh-huh.
also sounds like Drake like
Okay.
actually did some dug up some bullshit, whether it was true or not. But
Right, right, right.
with Kendrick, he basically just went off of what he felt and maybe what some other people were saying about the nigga.
Okay.
It wasn't really any, like, there was some wit to it, you know what I'm saying? But it
Uh-huh.
wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to like kill you with these witty lines. It was like, no, I'm gonna kill you with the truth.
Exactly. And that's, I don't know. I feel like from some part of whatever with his camp, something always get leaked. So it's
Yeah.
like always somebody talking. So I'm like, I don't know.
I'm excited though. I hope that they keep it
Yeah.
rap and they keep it going. I would love for Drake to just drop again tonight.
You know what though?
I seen Rose as jump on Instagram and say like I don't even know, he addressing Drake. He's like, I don't even know if he got Wi-Fi on that cargo plane, so he probably ain't even
Oh
heard the
yeah.
record yet. But he
Well,
did all of that just to diss him again, talking about there ain't no more BBLs, there ain't no more
right.
ass fillers.
Yeah. You got your abs done. But I was like young. But Ross gonna always try to get a little piece of something. How you doing? I'm good. You
Yeah, I
need
mean,
a two
Ross
cyborg man.
Ross's rap career wasn't really doing anything for a minute. It was stagnant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did drop the album with Meek Mill, and I really heard about that for like maybe the first 2 weeks that it dropped. But we ain't nobody talking
Mm.
about it anymore. And then, it's been years since he dropped anything that we've talked about, you know what I'm saying, solo. So I think this is a big moment for Ross, to keep all eyes and ears on him as well. But
Mm-hmm.
shit, even Kendrick said like he ain't teaming up with niggas, like he'll slap everybody.
He doing a smart thing and trying to climb on, and keep things. But also, I think a lot of this, man, because females was real heavy in hip hop, and they was really, with the sexy rays, and no matter how y'all feel or how people feel about the music, that shit was. it's popping. Off
Mm-hmm.
the no funny, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker? So it's kind of getting hip hop back to being hip hop to me. Not saying they ain't hip hop, but it's, you know what I'm saying, just what we used to hearing. Like,
Right.
so I think it's changing the game back to what it was a little bit, and that's what people looking for. That's just to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I could agree with that. There's a lot of
Be-
there's a lot of like women right now are still, I feel like,
oh, it's
leading the
smoking.
way. Like they
Oh, they
still leading the
smoking
way.
right now. They smoking right now. I'm just saying it's just kind of bringing it back. I guess you could say it was like New York and down south. They just trying to bring it back to the fellas for a quick second. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because down south been crushing hip hop for so long now that, you know what I'm saying, for the East Coast and the West Coast, they just try and get a little bit of love. That's it. So, but it take these two motherfuckers to try to get the game back. Cause I mean, you know a lot more hip hop than me, but it ain't a whole lot of motherfuckers just out here selling shit, man. Well, I mean they selling the shit, but it ain't like, I feel like it's that push ain't there like it used to be. Like last
Definitely
year,
not for the hip hop music. And I can't say hip
Mhm.
hop like it's one, because it is one genre, but what I mean is it's not just one group of niggas in hip hop, but
Yeah.
a certain side of it, like you said.
Yeah, and then and everybody kind of got their own little wave though. Like if you listen to New York people, they love like A Boogie with it. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just different strokes for different folks. Like I don't know. And then New York niggas gonna always stroke a New York nigga. No homo. But yeah, man. So no, I just want rap to be back. I don't think they're gonna battle like awful wax, but I just want rap to be back, like, and motherfuckers just putting out shit. It's so, cause with a Kendrick project, you gotta wait damn near 5 years. Then you
Facts.
don't know, and then you don't know what kind of project he gonna give you.
Right.
So you might not even fuck with that version of the project. So you like, damn, so now I'm waiting 10 years to hear this nigga
Right.
on some shit that I want to hear. Come
Right.
on, man. Whereas back in the day, shit, I think we 2 years apart. Shit, you might get two records from a motherfucker in 1 year. Especially like DMX back in the day. You got two banging ass albums in a year.
Yeah.
And it's like now, shit, you ain't getting that. But I can say now you do get a lot more like singles and stuff like that. Where you did for a while. Last year was really a down year for hip hop. It was more for me. It was more of an R&B year. But at one point, Drake even. I mean, even if you don't rock with Drake, you gotta admit that he was on so many joints and on the radio every damn where. Probably like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Now you don't even hear him on everything like that no more. It's like, damn, he about to retire. Like, who
Mm-hmm.
who gonna be the next? Who gonna be the next ones up in hip hop?
Yeah. I
And
don't
like I
know.
said, it just feel like everybody got their own thing now, especially with streaming and all that. And who know how the fuck these motherfuckers getting paid?
They definitely do.
Drake damn sure know, but it's like Joe and them saying like, what kind of deal is he really in?
They both got some pretty tricky deals as far as I know. But I think both of them spoke on previous deals. I don't know that they're both in the same deal that they were talking about before. Like Drake was signed to, what was it, Rap a Lot or something like that, or then
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah, yeah,
then he got signed to Birdman and Wayne, and then that
yeah.
became
And
that
then and
became
then
how he was signed to, a certain one nigga supposedly.
mm, well, yeah, well, I don't know if they saying he signed to all the goddamn record labels, and he getting his motherfucking money. He just do what the hell he want to do. But he the only one getting that deal though.
Right, right.
I don't
Yeah.
care who you are, you ain't getting no motherfucking Drake deal.
No,
I don't
he's
care how
he's
corny you think his music is. That motherfucker selling, he's selling motherfucking records now.
oh yeah, for sure. And even just even just further above the record sales, from what I understand, when he even does a show, it's a different some different paperwork, let's just say. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same
Yeah,
as,
yeah, yeah.
oh, oh, the venue makes
Right.
XYZ and da 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 da. No, I believe he rents the venue out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
he owns the
okay. Yeah,
venue for the
yeah, yeah.
night. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that he's the only
I,
artist that's exclusive to
I
that deal,
got you.
because that could be what Kendrick does as well. I mean, I know that once you when you when you do tours and stuff, that's part of it as well. Like, you're renting that venue. So that could be misconstrued, you know what I'm saying? But no, Drake is definitely at the top of the food chain when it comes to like making money in the rap industry, for sure.
Man, I definitely believe that. Definitely believe that. What about these sports, man?
Yeah, man, the draft. We got the draft over with finally.
Yeah, how you feel about everything that happened with y'all?
Man, I was ecstatic because for the simple fact that, we addressed the things that I knew that we needed to address. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that everybody as a Steelers fan has said we need. But if you look at the real needs that the Steelers said had, and what they needed to address, they did an awesome job. I mean, you go linemen, two big, well, they got three linemen out of the draft, but the first
Mm-hmm.
three picks with the center and the tackle, and then we ended up getting the other receiver that we wanted as well, with Roman Wilson. um I'm really happy with that, because I've been saying this since we drafted Najee Harris. We need them
Mm-hmm.
hogs, bruh. We need to get
Yeah.
back to filling up that offensive and defensive line, because everybody knows that plays the sport. The games are won in the trenches, bro. So it
Man,
don't
you're up
matter
front.
who we got on the outside. Um,
Uh-huh.
if you ain't got no dogs and no hogs in the trenches, yeah, we ain't
Yeah.
going far.
Yeah. If you don't build that front seven, or you gonna get that old lineman, you ain't gonna have nothing.
And a sneaky
And
draft pick that I like that we had also was the pickup of
you
the
good, bro?
linebacker from the Wolf Pack.
I'm good. I'm good. Just doing my part
He's
right now.
fast. He's I seen his highlight tape. I haven't watched like his
What we
actual
talking about right now?
tape from all of the games that he's
No.
played, but I've seen some highlights. So obviously I seen the good,
Uh-huh.
but I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
That's what's up. Yeah, we
How you
definitely
feel like how you feel like y'all did?
man, we definitely filled a lot of the holes that I mean, that we were missing. If you look over the last couple weeks, shit, I think we've replaced almost 30 something players. So we definitely rebuilding everything. I really like the coaching staff that we got now. Just feel like something we ain't had in a long time here in DC. So I'm just I'm just happy to see something different. You know what I mean? So I feel like we did good just with all the draft picks and stuff like that. We got the quarterback we wanted. Hopefully, that take off and everything happens how it's supposed to happen, man.
Hey, I seen y'all picked up Sam
I just
Hartman too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The only thing with Sam though, he's smart and he's played a lot. He's a little bit older, but his arm is a little weak. But he is a good pickup. Cause Jake Fromm didn't like when he seen that because he know what that means. Adios, Holmes.
I was gonna
So
say, how did you feel about that one? Because they're not similar in playing styles, but I kind of felt like it was reminiscent of when you guys picked up RG3 and
and Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins.
Yeah,
Because
but my
Sam
thing was
Hartman's not a slouch.
no, no,
He
no, no,
wasn't a
no, definitely
slouch.
not that. definitely not that. But he was an undrafted free agent. We picked up Kurt in the third round, fourth round, I think. So
True, true,
that's very different. You know what I mean? My man got signed for
true.
250,000 or whatever, something like that. So I mean,
Well, I feel like he was just overlooked a little bit because his talent was there. I mean, he's had his
yeah,
bad
but what?
moments, but I,
Well, yeah, what? Yeah, some of them bowl games and I think like the last game of the season really hurt him a lot because I think before that Hartman
yeah,
was looked at to be like a mid round draft pick, like third or fourth round. I was very surprised he
yeah.
went unsigned. I was kind of threw me off a little bit. I ain't even know we signed him until somebody hit me up and sent a junk talking about, oh yeah, oh my boy Arya. He sent me the junk. It's like, yeah, we got Hartman. I was like, huh? I thought he got drafted. Cause I was at a kid's birthday party or something like that, so I ain't even get a chance to see, that part of the draft. So, but I was very excited to see it when we did sign him. So, I mean, like I said though, I just feel like they making solid moves right now, and it's
Hmm.
like you said, uh, we we're building we're building a lot of stuff in the front seven, and then I believe, well, I really I don't really like. I think he gonna be a guard. The tackle we got, they call him a tackle, but I think he gonna be a
Hmm.
guard. I think we should have went out early and got back up in the draft and got a good tackle. But other than that, hey, listen, man, I don't want to be one of these Redskin fans, and I say Redskin fans. I'm not a goddamn Commander fan. I'm a Redskin fan. We should have went back up and got a tackle. But other than that, I ain't about to complain, man. I want to see what the new regime going to do and how this junk going to play out. I ain't saying we going to win anything next year, but I think to see a team actually play and not look foolish on the field, I take that all day and going to the right strives of everything. So I'm really starting to believe in this new regime. So I'm hoping I'm right. I'm praying I'm right. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, brother. 91.
Yeah, man.
91.
Dog, it's been a long time for the Steelers fans too.
Man, ain't nobody
We've
trying
been
to hear all
preaching.
that.
No, but look, I mean, when was the last time we actually did anything? I mean, we went to the playoffs what the past year, uh 2 years, but we weren't really a threat. Like we don't get me wrong, there were some mistakes made that if they weren't made, we might have won that
Right,
game. But
right.
I really felt like we were still a couple pieces away. And
Yeah, 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 yeah. I get you.
we got a new offensive coordinator. We got two new quarterbacks. We beefed up our running back room. We
Mm-hmm.
added youth to the
Oh,
receiving core.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and then we beefed up our O line. Like our O line has been terrible. And
Mm-hmm.
it's gotten progressively better, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to see what the schemes look like when they're built with this offense. And then some of the things that's been swirling around in my mind is, we didn't pick up that option on Justin Fields. So now what do they do? Do they just create a whole new contract extension with him? Or, do they just keep him on a rental and decide whether they want to sign him at the end of the year? I don't like that aspect. I don't like that angle if they do that, because then it's like we're back to square one with, no quarterbacks in our room
But
next year.
how long is Russ? How many years does Russ have on his?
One, he
Oh,
signed a
okay.
1 year deal with us, but there was rumors that he would sign a multi-year deal at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
season. So that's why I'm wondering, how does that capitulate? Because you got
God damn, this nigga threw
you
out
got
an SAT word. Okay, my nigga.
you got Justin Fields, who's supposed to be the youth and the future of the Steelers. Then you
Uh-huh.
got, Russ, who basically fell in our lap, but like
Yeah.
has been saying all the right things about being here in Pittsburgh. So it's like,
Hmm.
what happens? Are we going to end up having to draft another damn quarterback? Which, the way that things are looking, we ain't going to be in the right position to draft a quarterback next year.
And next year's quarterback class is garbage.
Garbage. The only person I would look at is Shador Sanders, and he'll be in the top three. So we wouldn't
Yeah.
even be able to get him.
Speaking of that, your boy Primetime is tripping.
What'd
Talking
he
about
say?
he said that he only gonna let he only gonna let Travis and Shador go to certain teams, and they better both be drafted in the top five.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the things that Prime has said, he truly believes. But I don't know that he can control that, can he? Like, if one
Man,
of these
listen,
if one of these top
no,
teams draft Shador and it's not one of those hot weather or whatever teams, what is he gonna do about it? Is he gonna, pull him out? Because he can.
nah. He actually said a couple cold weather spots. He said DC, Philly, whoop de whoop. But I'm like, man, you ain't about to dictate to nobody with it. If I'm a draft your motherfucking ass, I'm a draft your ass, and then I'm gonna make you make that move. All right, what you gonna do? You gonna sit and not get paid? Because now you
Yeah.
can't go back to school. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, and Travis Hunter, anybody take him in the top five, you's a damn fool.
Yeah, because he plays both positions, but I don't know whether see this is the thing that for him that's gonna be kind of hard. What teams
Oh,
will buy in to actually playing him on both sides of the ball? I don't think many will. I
no, in
think,
the NFL, he gonna have to make a decision.
yeah, and I know he doesn't want to because I know Prime has also been kind of fueling the fact that he can go on and play in the pros both sides like he did. But
Hmm.
I mean, we seen what Prime did. Prime wasn't playing every snap on offense
No,
and every snap on
no.
defense. It's impossible to do that in the pros. So I don't know that one organization, one franchise, what franchises are going to buy into that when
Right.
you're looking at Travis Hunter. I think they're going to make him choose. You either got to
They
be a
are.
receiver or you're going to be a corner for us. We not, and we might throw some special plays in for you on offense. We might give you a
Uh huh.
little package or something where you come in
Yeah.
for 2 or 3 snaps or something. But no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Nah, they definitely not gonna play him both ways in the NFL. You got too many mugs right now on these teams that can do certain things, especially like a team like Kansas City. They specialize in just getting a dude that could do one thing. They'll get a dude that could just be a burner and let him be a burner. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like back in the day. It was, oh, you only got one dude that could do this and this. Nah, man, Kansas City out here getting dudes. They got who they end up getting? That little dude that run that Whittier or something like that. And then
Which team? I didn't hear you.
Kansas City, Kansas City.
Worthy,
Yeah, they got
Xavier
Worthy.
Worthy.
They got him. They got the free agent that also is got wheels. So like the fact that you got so many one way players that can do certain things, it ain't like back in the day to where oh we just need you to run this because you got speed. So you're not playing both ways. If he's smart, I think I think Hunter is a better wide receiver than he is a DB.
Yeah, I like him at wide receiver more than I like him at DB because I've seen him cooking guys more than I've seen him shutting guys down. And
Yeah,
and
because he got torched against
that
NC North
was it.
Carolina Central, I believe,
Yeah, and I was about to say even
and the last game in Colorado.
yeah, the Cam Ward game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Cam
yeah.
Ward had what, 4 touchdowns, I think, that game, and that was a
Hmm.
game Shador didn't play, and they beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. And then this the thing. When you look at the Colorado team, why they look so small? They must be looking like high school teams. They be
Well,
little as a they be trying to hype up Travis Henry. I mean Travis Hunter. And then I'm looking, I'm like, who is that? That's Mike Jones, 8004. What's we talking about?
I think last year that's why it was really a rude awakening for them because they got to see that they ain't it yet. You know what I'm saying? They had flashes of being a good team, but they were too small, especially in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Their front seven was small. Their linebackers couldn't really tackle. They didn't really have any big guys, and their offensive line was small, and they weren't really great guys on that side of the ball either. So I think they
Nah,
did get bigger this year on the offensive line. I don't really know what their defensive line or front seven looks like this year. So that's yet to be determined.
nah, they got a couple new transfers in. They had a couple transfer out
They
there.
had some guys that
Uh,
left out too.
their
Yeah,
their best
the
running back
running back.
rolled out.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
he
went to
rolled out.
TCU.
Oh, he did go to TCU.
Yep. And
Oh,
I
okay.
think they will play each other again this season, won't they?
Yeah, yeah. Then
So that
Kamani, who left Florida State to go to Buffalo, Colorado. Now he left Colorado. I don't know where he going now,
oh, the
but
5-star left.
the corner.
Where did he
So
go?
I don't
He
think he
didn't he
signed
didn't
nowhere yet.
okay.
So, but it's like, yeah. But it was a couple kids that was like, yeah, we want to go play somewhere where, it's a real system and not, you know, just some jokey type shit.
Well, he had some coaches leave as well. You know, he had
Yeah.
think the offensive coordinator left. He added Warren Sapp, but Warren Sapp's not like the defensive coordinator.
He's
He's
D-line coach.
D line coach, which I think will
Yeah.
help.
Right.
But you know,
But I think they brought him in as a grad assistant.
right, they did
Yeah.
because I'm sure they probably couldn't just fast track him to the DC position because he
Yeah.
probably don't even know how to run that position yet.
That's
Maybe
probably
not,
true.
but you know, I still think that the jury's out on that Colorado team. The offense should be good. Although they added Hogs, I don't really know what special players they have like besides Hunter. Like, you know, they still have my man's son, the bulky kid. What's the receiver's name that went to jail for the Saints for the fraud, the insurance
Talking
fraud or
about Joe
whatever?
Horn.
Joe Horn's son.
Yeah.
He's still there.
Yeah.
But outside of him and Travis Hunter, like who do they have that's going to be dynamic? Who's going to be able to really push the ball down the field with? I don't know.
Listen. I don't think their schedule is as tough this year. So if
It
I'm
better
the
not
AD,
be.
if I'm
It
the
better not
yeah,
be.
if I'm the AD, I'm scheduling Northern Iowa and some more other bums for the next 4 years coming up, so we can build this joint up and make it look as good as we can.
Well, didn't aren't they moving conferences?
I think so.
They're supposed to
Are they
move
in
from the pack to the Big 12 or something
the
like
Big
that, or no?
12? Yeah. Who knows what it is nowadays? This is like Big 33.
Yeah, and who's even in that conference?
I
Like,
don't know.
I really wish they would. Like, I used to love, you know, talking about these conferences,
Hmm.
basketball and football, because it was like, you know, the
Right.
ACC, Florida State, the nose, you know what I'm saying, dominated the ACC
Yeah.
back in the 90s and stuff. The SEC, obviously, Alabama has dominated the SEC for so long, and now, you know,
They definitely have.
wheels are turning a little bit, but I still think they got it over there. But you know, these other
Oh,
conferences, the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, and then the Independent, and then you got teams that are being added to some of these conferences that you know that, like the scheduling doesn't make any sense either. I feel like
mm-mm.
they need to work on the scheduling and make certain games mandatory. Like you got to play um maybe 2 to 3, or let's just say
Certain team.
yeah, like you got to play a certain amount of out of
So like,
conference games.
so
Uh,
like for me, I was always like, yo. So they saying we going to end up in the Big Ten. I was like, I still want to have Miami on the schedule. Like that's I just don't feel right if we don't play Miami. That shit would feel crazy.
See, but that's the bad thing about the changes in this football league. Because they did the same thing with Pitt.
Yeah,
They moved to the ACC, and now we don't play Penn State, we don't play West Virginia, and it's like, why? The
right.
backyard brawl is the biggest game that Pitt plays,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and Penn State is an interstate
yeah.
rivalry.
Interstate rival,
So
yeah.
it's like games like that for the Noles, you want to see them play the Gators, you want to see them play the U. If they change
Yeah.
that, I mean, they just getting rid of so
I would,
much
yeah,
history,
man,
and
I would,
it's not gonna
yeah,
feel
that
the
shit would,
same.
that, but so eventually what's going to happen is they're going to get rid of the NCAA and they just going to look over themselves and guide themselves is what's going to happen.
But that, like, I just don't understand how that works. Like, there's so many moving
All
parts
they
to
do
that.
is hire, listen, all they do is hire the NCAA. That's like an
Oh,
outside
okay.
entity. Yeah, that's like an outside entity that just comes in and overlooks what you do. That's it. They pay them money.
So
Yeah, they don't.
what happens with the bowl games
They can
or
still keep all that shit. They
even
can
the
run that shit by
tournaments?
themselves.
What
They can
happens
run
with
that
that?
shit all by themselves.
But yeah, but what I'm
What's
saying
gonna
is
happen is it's gonna
who
be
becomes in charge of that because there's so many
oh, it's gonna
different
it probably be like all the presidents or whatever, whoever they put. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, it's gonna come down to that, and they ain't because eventually it's just gonna be a big five.
Power Five as they call it. So they'll
Yeah,
make the Big Five.
it's gonna be like the ACC, the Big Ten, the Big 12,
I mean,
the SEC, and somebody else.
I would like that because I'd like
Yeah.
to see all of the schools kind of unify in a way. Because now the scene has kind of the scene has kind of changed to where kids don't have to go to your Power Five schools to get to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You can go to some of these smaller colleges and still eat. Like you look at the kid from Toledo who got drafted to Philly, the DB.
Hmm.
Toledo wasn't a great squad there, what, in the MAC conference? And
Yeah, they in the mountain.
if you know anything about the MAC conference, which I'm sure you do, um, they score a lot of points. It's not really a lot of like
It's a
crazy
terrible
defense
quarterback
going.
that came from the MAC.
Who? It ain't Roethlisberger. That boy waiting on that jacket right there.
He waiting. Never mind, buddy.
Hey, he got married and turned his life around,
I got
whether
you.
it was staged or not.
I
I
got you.
still believe.
No means no. No
Yeah,
means
man.
no.
Listen, I'm on the side of that too. No definitely means no, but
But
man,
nah, I'm messing with you.
that was my quarterback for 10 years. That man,
Shit, I ain't mad at you.
and that man. See, and this is going off into something else, but to a lot of people, even Pittsburgh Steelers fans, tried to discredit Ben Roethlisberger when he was still playing because they were like, "Oh, he's not this quarterback and he's not that quarterback, and we really need an elite quarterback." And it was like, y'all fans don't know an elite quarterback when you see one, because yeah, he might not have been Aaron Rodgers or even Tom Brady when Tom Brady ain't got all of the physical attributes,
Attributes, yeah.
but he's one of the smartest quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? And obviously one of the most winningest quarterbacks ever. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it's a guy like Ben who came and changed the culture of the Pittsburghs that we and I almost kind of hated him for a little bit about it too. We were a running team. We was running the damn ball when Ben got here
Mm-hmm.
and he started, defying what he was being told. That man
Mm-hmm.
was throwing the ball 90 going north, and I'm like, dude, run the damn ball. Like, stop throwing it so much. But, he changed our identity, but it was
Yeah, it was weird
it
to
was
see
on a
that.
good note. It was on a good note because don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, he had his times where he would throw interceptions and shit, Ben would do Ben things, and he'd be out there gunslinging and turn into Brett Favre and start throwing interceptions to the other team. But he also had shades of greatness where he'd have a streak of games where he'd throw for 400, 300, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns,
Yeah.
4 touchdowns. So, there's not a lot of quarterbacks, especially not in our division until Joe Burrow got here, that was doing shit like that.
Yeah,
So,
he can't stay healthy.
yeah, man.
Hey,
That's what I
listen,
want to talk about too. Our divisions.
them Steeler fans. We could have traded every 21 quarterbacks we had for Ben, and I'd have been a happy motherfucker.
Man, early Ben, like you couldn't bring him down. The
Man,
motherfucker
what?
could extend the play and then
Man,
launch it 60 damn yards.
that's like Cowboy fans that complain about Tony Romo. I'd be like, man, shit. Tony used to do that motherfucking duck and roll jump. You thought you was gonna get him, and Tony will spin out that motherfucker. Man, Tony was.
Yeah, he was
People
nice.
don't know what it's like to be a fucking Redskin.
No, for real. I'm sure. See, in my division, I'm blessed because in my division, the North, we was spanking the North for a lot of the years.
You were,
We owned
you
Ohio,
were,
Cincinnati,
yeah,
and Cleveland.
yeah. I know what you
While
mean.
Ben was in office, he was spanking Cincinnati and Ohio, and Cleveland. And then,
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore just came around to like, starting to punch us in the mouth and win the division. But now you look at it and
Be more careful
we have, I think, the toughest. Also, CJ Stroud can agree with me, the toughest division in football.
now. Yes, you do.
I
Yeah.
think I like, and then you know
The
what?
NFC East is the greatest division of football ever.
Is
But
that what
yeah,
is that
yeah,
is that y'all's division? So that's the same thing that Michael Parsons was trying to persuade CJ Stroud into.
yeah.
But
I said greatest ever. I ain't say greatest right now. I'm just
no,
saying
no, no,
greatest
I
ever.
know. And let's go back on that. So
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's go.
in y'all's division, in y'all's
Let's go.
division,
Please, let's go.
y'all never have really had a repeated winner every year.
Mm-mm.
Like there's been no clear cut division leader every
Mm-mm.
year. Like
No.
Philly can't even really take the cake as like the division leader clear cut because, you know, some years is Dallas. It might have been y'all a year or two. It might
Mm-hmm.
have been Philly. And then who else is in that division?
The
The
Giants.
Giants. Yeah. The Giants won 2 Super Bowls out of that division, beat
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, historically, there's some great teams out of there. Um, Unfortunately, not to say anything bad about y'all, y'all are the only team that's underachieved so far in that division.
We
You know,
got
in the
three Super Bowls. Don't do us like
no, no,
that
no,
now.
no. I was gonna say in the past decade. I wasn't gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah.
like.
Oh,
I wasn't
two
gonna say
decades. Two
yeah. I
decades.
wasn't gonna say
Two
ever.
decades. 2 decades.
But like in the more recent years that new fans can harp on,
Snake
it's
said me.
been the Giants, it's been the
Yeah,
Eagles,
yeah,
it's
for
been
sure.
the Cowboys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the thing that I love about divisional play and divisional rivalries is that no matter who wins that division, it's always going to be some tough ass games, man.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Nah,
like,
y'all got that shit right now though.
but I mean, even with y'all, like, last season y'all weren't at y'all best, and y'all still competed against Philly, the
Oh,
Giants, and
we should have
Dallas.
beat. I think we should have beat Philly twice. Now I ain't that it woulda, shoulda, coulda, motherfucker, but we had them motherfuckers on they motherfucking heels. You know what I'm saying? We was about to Ryan Garcia them motherfuckers. Speaking of,
Before I get into Ryan Garcia, um, I want to talk about the fact that odds makers keep putting the Steelers at last in the division to finish last in the division. In the past three
mm,
years, we have we have we have not been last in our division and I don't know how long. So
mm,
I don't understand the angle here as a betting. fan and a sports fan and a Steelers fan, that's easy money. Now, they're betting the bet is for us to win the division, and then I think that on some sites it's actually to come last in the division. Plus
Oh,
700 is easy money for me. I'll take that. Because
no.
last season we were 5-1 in the division. We didn't win it, but we only lost one time.
Shit, I think Russ gonna cook for y'all.
I
I
hope
take that
so,
shit.
man. I hope
I
so.
take that shit.
That nigga threw
It's
what
on
26 touchdowns last year.
yeah, that's
If
on
he at least do that, that's 5 times better than what Kenny did.
they
Five
got y'all
times
going
better.
last in the division.
Yeah. I don't know which. It's not one of the major apps like a
Oh, I was
FanDuel
about to say.
or
I was about to say.
BetMGM.
Yeah,
It was like a I don't even know,
or like
BT
probably like
Bet
an
or some shit
offshore or
like that. I
something.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know which one it was, but they had us plus 700 to be last in the division. But
I'm
even
about to say. I was about to
some
go
of
sign up for
these,
that joint right now.
right? Some of these other apps like your FanDuels and even just odds makers in general still think that the Steelers won't even win over 8 games. And it's like, dude, how y'all keep putting that as the premise of what will win when we've won 9 games every time?
For
Like
like
every time,
17 years.
yeah, like every time y'all say we ain't gonna win and this will be the season, Mike Tomlin doesn't have a winning season. It doesn't happen. So I don't know whether
Mhm.
they're trying to set up for it, but it looks like we're still trending up because the past 2 years we got an A+ grade on our draft. We ain't
Mhm.
did nothing but address the positions that we needed, build the holes. And the free agency, we pulled off 2 quarterbacks we didn't even think we was gonna have a chance at getting. Shit, I thought we was gonna have my man Hillbilly Mason and motherfucking
Don't do
Kenneth
Mason like that.
Kenneth Pickett. Hey, he was a God fearing he's a God fearing man. But he was a hillbilly, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. We know he let the N word fly, man.
He's a Bosa.
He let that N word fly and got smacked over the head with that helmet. But no, I mean, look, we turned it around, and I just don't see us ending our season under 8 wins. That's preposterous.
Nah, I don't see that. Definitely don't see that.
But to get back onto boxing, the Devin Haney fight, there's two things I want to talk about with this.
Ooh.
One, that left hook, everybody knew about the left hook.
Mhm.
Niggas that don't box knew about his left hook. So how
Mhm.
Devin Haney allowed him to hit him continuously with that left hook and then knock his ass down twice makes no sense to me. And then the
Listen.
other thing that I want to say before
Uh,
you go
go ahead.
is Bill Haney.
He be talking a record shit.
What the fuck? Like Bill
Woo.
Haney got out, yo, Bill Haney talks so much shit. And
Hey,
when
he be
his
talking
son
that
lost,
shit.
that nigga was nowhere to be found, bruh. He was on the
Nah,
golf
he was
course
still talking
somewhere.
shit. He talked shit to Mayweather.
Yeah, he did, but I didn't really like where
I
it
know
was
what you're
going
saying though.
because
Yeah.
he wasn't really saying nothing. It was almost
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
he was just he was
Just
just
trying to talk.
showboating. You know what I'm saying? Just doing it
Talking about
for the
he said
cameras.
what Mayweather say? Your son is the sparring champion.
Hey man, Devin
Yeah.
Haney.
But this the thing. Going back to the Garcia point you was talking about. Joe Gibbs say when the Redskins was real good, they ran about 25 plays, but one of them was called 50 gut, and they ran that motherfucker over and over and over. And you knew it was coming. You just can't stop. That's just how it is. You know
That's
what
like
I'm saying?
the tush push or whatever they call it in
Yeah,
Philly.
exactly. You know what's coming. But at the same time, with the way the NFL rules is now, you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't cut motherfuckers, you can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to stop that shit. They know what they doing. But I think they banned didn't they ban that shit?
I think they did. I think they did, which to me was corny, but it is what
Nah,
it
yeah.
is.
It's tough. Well, we was talking about boxing, but it's tough when you can't cut somebody and you want them to try to stop that play. That's a
True.
tough. That's tough as shit.
Because
So
if they
and
cut him, then it's a penalty, correct?
yeah. That's 15 yards. So then you can't tackle the motherfucker from like behind the like it's
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
I'm
I
waiting
don't
to
know.
see how that looks this
I,
season.
I
No
don't know
hip
how you
drop
tackle
tackles.
anybody. Yeah,
Like
I
they
don't know how
so
you tackle
basically if you
anybody.
get behind a nigga, you just gotta let him go.
Let him rock. And that's all because you know what it's all from. Last year scoring went down, so they, you know what I'm saying, they want that shit to go back up. But what I can tell you is the UFL is unwatchable.
I haven't gotten into it. And unfortunately, see that's the sad thing about football outside of the NFL. NFL is so much of a powerhouse that like I don't think another football entity can coexist.
They got AJ McCarron
They
starting
got
quarterback.
they got Matt Corral as starting quarterback.
The dude in DC, Taumu, he might as well be in my backyard throwing to my son, and he might miss that throw. He is garbage. And then my man, DeAndre Francois, Frenchie from Florida State, behind him, and he can't even get in the goddamn game. Only reason he got in the goddamn game is because they was losing 39-12 or whatever it was. I said, Frenchie can't be this bad, man.
Yeah,
But,
that's sad.
man, that shit was terrible. But, hey, what you think's going to happen with the Nuggets and T-Wolves?
Ooh, oh shit.
Woo!
I'm excited for that series because
What? I
I
can't
feel
wait.
like my gut, like my
Oh,
heart.
so rest in peace to the Lakers. My bad.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. LeBron got the early exit, and I'm not happy about that. But it's over. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cry over spilled milk.
Right.
But what I was gonna say about the T Wolves, my heart wants to go with the Wolves. My mind is saying to go with the Nuggets, just because of the experience. But
Yeah.
this Timberwolves team ain't no hoe.
Woo!
They ain't no hoe, and
Woo!
they
That dunk
played
over that
less
motherfucker.
games, bro.
That dunk over that mother. Woo!
Man,
Ant
listen,
Man. Woo! Ant
and
Man
that's
ain't
another
playing no
reason
game.
why. That's another reason why I like, my heart is going with them because it's like, bro,
Yeah.
Ant-Man has elevated his game. You seen how he felt after losing the playoffs the first time he was in the playoffs up
Yeah.
until now, the strides that he's taken, um,
Mm-hmm.
sweeping Phoenix, getting them out of there in 4 games is very admirable too. And in a fashion that he did it, bro. It wasn't like, he was just on a winning team and he had 18 points and you know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah.
The nigga led on defense and offense. So
He
I
did.
man, I would love to see this Timberwolves team come out of the West, to be honest.
Only
I was heavy with with OKC just because no homo, I love SGA.
SGA.
I think he's an all-star. I mean, he
Yeah,
is,
definitely.
but
Definitely.
that would be a tough matchup if we get to a OKC Minnesota Western Conference Finals. It's just hard to kind of say that Jokic's not going to be there though.
The Joker, man.
He's
That dude.
unreal, bro.
He
He's unreal. Like watching some of the shit that he does, bro. It's like it almost piss you off because it's like this nigga don't even look like he's about to do any of this,
he don't look like he gives a fuck.
bro.
He
And the
just be
nigga
looking
get a
like he
triple
out there.
double
He just be
jogging,
looking,
bro.
yeah. But
Bro,
what's
when
it
he
called?
gets rebounds, he don't even jump. He'll
Yeah,
stand there with his hands up and get the rebound, and then and that was the thing that was pissing me off about the Lakers. Like, what's the name? Dwight Howard joked about, oh, I watched Joker and when he was on the sideline and when he was on the court and this and that, and I watched
oh,
the
I'm
tendencies.
sure he watched a lot of
And,
things.
and you're right. And I know he joked about
For
it,
those that don't know,
but let's be clear. I really
mm-hmm.
believe if they had a real defensive minded guy or even a big defensive minded big on our Lakers squad, they would have had to have him shadow Joker the whole way because Joker literally stays around the basket, bro. If there's a
Hmm.
rebound, he goes right to the basket. And that's the thing that that was pissing me off about the Lakers because they know he's gonna go get the rebound, and they still got little guys coming up to try to rebound.
But
AD on the
they do
outside,
that pick and pop shit though. So when
man,
they set that screen, they play that over, and then the big man go up, and then he go down, and then you know what I'm saying,
and
and then
Jamal Murray played his ass off, bro.
Murray's motherfucking he go to that right corner of the
Bro,
free throw line and bust that motherfucker every time.
bro, this is what I want to say about them two niggas. Well, I can't even say them two. Jamal Murray really. This nigga turned into motherfucking Superman against the Lakers.
Yeah,
Any other series, you don't really hear about, like, not saying he don't get his numbers or get his
yeah.
man, but bro, when it's against the Lakers, this nigga looks like the illest point guard ever for some
Hmm.
reason. I don't know why. Like the nigga finally
In
got
the
a dunk off
playoffs,
on Braun. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Then he came down and got the buzzer beater to close it out against the Lakers. So it was like, I don't even know if one of the ladies I follow, Liv Moose, shout out to Liv Moose, she called him the ultimate Laker finesser because he came out with a calf strain where he almost wasn't gonna play, and then the nigga come in and drop all these points on him and shit, and win ice the
Yeah,
game, win the series. But
yeah, nah,
I
Murray,
don't know,
Murray,
man. That's gonna be a
Murray,
hard
and
series.
that's the modern day. Well, I can't even say that because they actually won a chip, but they ain't play against Jordan. They remind me of Stockton and Malone. They used to run that
Mm,
2 game jump, and them motherfuckers was a problem,
yep. And you know what's funny that's a good, I feel like that's a good comparison because you look at a lot of the pieces that they have sort of similar to the Jazz of that time.
hmm
Your Jeff Hornacek was a lights out 3-point shooter.
What?
And then you got Michael Porter Jr., lights out 3-point
Oh my
shooter.
goodness,
But
man!
the size on that kid,
That
and he
mama.
can get to the rim.
Whoa, pause.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
pause. That was crazy. But no, man,
I know what you mean, though.
that and then you add your Aaron Gordon, who, I never really liked Aaron Gordon as a player. Not that I hate him, but like, I really wasn't a fan of his game much, but these past two seasons, the season they won the chip and then this year,
Yeah,
he showed a lot. And
yeah, I know what you mean.
KCP, then you got Reggie Jackson coming off the bench. This nigga was killing too. Like, bro, that team is gonna be hard to deal with. That team's gonna be
Yeah,
hard to deal with.
and then that's what they do. They play with you, pause. They play with you all game. Get to the fucking third or fourth quarter. Finito. I said,
They're like South Carolina, the women's South Carolina team. A third
yeah,
quarter like you never seen before. And like I said, they hold the true home court advantage, bro. Because with that de-
elevation.
elevation up in Denver, no other
Yeah,
team has to deal with that shit. Only other place that might deal with a little is Miami. And I mean, we playing inside, so you ain't gasping for air, none of that shit. Like it's
no,
not 100 degrees in a fucking state arena.
we
But
know what you're dealing with in Miami. That nightlife.
oh yeah, and that plays a big part. Don't get me wrong, that
Oh,
plays a big
trust me,
part because
Chocolate City,
oh,
Chocolate City.
them boys want to go out after them games. Ain't no
Yeah,
staying in the
buddy.
hotel room. No, they going to hang out and party and shit and bullshit. So
What the
yeah,
boy say is no sex in the champagne room.
I think
That's
that's
like 20 years old now.
yeah, I know, right? That's definitely one of the cities that you can't just go and not have fun in.
Come
What do you
on.
think about the East? Orange and blue skies?
Hey, Brunson, I know Kyrie is Kyrie, but I know they got
I can't believe Dallas gave
Brunson.
him up, bro.
Brunson is balling right
And the crazy thing is, the nigga should have been starting. They let that
now.
man sit on that bench. And when he finally got to show out in the playoffs, bro, it was like, dog, why wasn't this nigga playing earlier?
But he might be one of them that like to come off the bench. You know, it's people like that. So you know,
True. I mean, but he's
so
elevated his game now to where, he looks
he
the part, like he's supposed to start.
this
But
motherfucker doing them motherfucking floaters and shit. I see. Oh, this motherfucker balling like shit, and
I
it's
don't
good. It's good to feel. Oh, it's good to feel and see New York back. Been a
agree.
long time.
Agree.
Been a long time.
Because New York was always one of the staples. I mean, it still is when you think about Madison Square Garden and the history of that,
Hell
and
yeah.
then you think about all the tough Knicks teams. Shit, the year of the lockout, I really wanted the Knicks to win so bad. That was the Allen Houston and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Marcus Camby and all of
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I wanted them to win so fucking bad, and they didn't.
Allen Houston could.
I
Allen
think that was
Houston
San
hit that motherfucker.
Antonio that beat them that year, wasn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't beat
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah. Tim
Timmy.
Duncan. Yeah, you ain't beating
Yeah.
Tim Duncan. But I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Allen
know.
Houston would shoot that motherfucker, boy.
What I was gonna say was I don't think that just seeing how the offense operates in why I know it's two different systems, but I don't think Brunson would have been able to play his game with Luca because Luca's ball dominant.
He balled. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably,
So I think it
probably
was
so.
best for him to go, where
But I
he's
don't
at.
know. They had a good run that the year before he got traded, I believe.
They did. That's what I'm saying in the playoffs,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. That wasn't the game plan from the beginning of the season. That only
Right.
became a playoff thing because of their health, and then the bench shrinks in the playoffs, and
Mm-hmm.
you go from
Right.
a 12-man roster or whatever to a freaking
Rotation,
six
8-man
six
rotation,
yeah
7.
6 to 8 man
Just
rotation or whatever. So
just depending on the coach.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then to throw a little bit of shade at the Lakers coach, I hope they do fire Darvin Ham's ass and give him
Damn, that
another
motherfucker
knot
had
on
him
his
down,
head
man.
because the lineups that he had,
Hey, the
the
old
players,
Wizards had some ugly niggas on their motherfucking team.
like I just don't get it. I
They
don't,
had
but
Popeye Jones, Darvin Ham. Woo!
man,
But yeah, nah, Darvin Ham gotta go. But I don't think LeBron coming back.
I think he'll come back.
I think
I'm
he gonna opt out.
well, I think they said that's the plan though. But if he does opt out, I think the only way that they do bring him back is if they go out and draft Bronny, which I said before. That's the only reason why, excuse me, Bronny was going to go in the draft, put his name in the draft, because he knows, just like Braun knows, his dad want to play with him before he retired. Pause. So if the Lakers could make him happy by, all right, we're gonna bring you, we're gonna draft your son in the seventh round or whatever the fuck, and will you then come back for another 2 years? Because honestly, after this season, and this pains me to say this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see Braun come back. And this is the only reason why I say this. If he's not gonna come back and play for a championship team, it's a waste of time. Like if he's not gonna come back and have a team that's gonna go be able to compete for the chip and not just a Western Conference berth, finals berth, I don't want to see it because the nigga has to lead the team. What 39 or 40-year-old should be the leader, scoring, rebounding, assists, leader, you know what I'm saying? In this day and
Nah, I
age, it
feel you.
shouldn't be. And there's
I feel you.
there's like Magic Johnson said, there's too many young developed teams in the West that are tough that the Lakers ain't gonna be able to compete with because they too old, bro. They don't have the youth and the skilled youth that some of these other teams have. And you know
That
who
Bama
else is in
AD.
trouble is
That Bama
the
AD.
Suns.
Oh
They're
yeah,
done. They
they
got
done.
$350 million contracts. And you know
They
two of
done.
them niggas is leaving.
Yeah, they done.
You know
They
KD's
that
leaving.
that
He's out of
mix
there.
ain't. Yeah, that mix ain't. But I tried to tell people about Bradley. He's
Yeah, that was bad.
trash.
That was a
He's
bad one.
trash.
They can't trade Bill Haney as a no trade clause.
No trade clause. Yeah, man, he's
So they stuck with
trash.
him.
Let me not say trash, but he ain't what people think he was. And I'm like, of course he gonna score 36 for the Wizards, because who else gonna score the motherfucking points?
True.
So you gonna score that with the Wizards. Once you leave from there, and then with the Wizards, he that nigga had COVID 78 times. He was never on the motherfucking court. Man, I don't. Yeah, they finito, young.
They about to be in rebuild mode because
And
Devin
Bronny,
Booker might want out.
I heard he
And
want to go to New York.
yeah, and
But
then KD, they saying that if KD leaves, he might go to Miami. What a I'm gonna leave that alone. But KD gonna do
you know why?
KD. He gonna do
It's tax
KD things, man.
tax benefits.
He gonna go to
It's
where
tax
he wanna
benefits.
go. People had jokes. They were saying he was trying to team up with Minnesota after he lost
Yeah. But Miami got tax benefits. You don't pay no money. You don't pay state tax.
that luxury.
And then getting back to Bronny, he gonna be back. I don't think he going to the draft. I think he gonna stay in college, and he gonna be right down the street from you. Well, it's not really right down the street,
Duquesne,
yeah, he gonna be at Duquesne.
right downtown. Yeah, right
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah, that's where he going. I believe he going to Duquesne.
I actually would love that because personally I'd get to see his games. I get to see him play. So that's one of the reasons. And then two, for him, he gets a full year to actually
Do
play.
something. Yeah.
Because
You
I
know
mean
how tough it would
he'll
be to go to the NBA and you ain't played really
right.
since high school like that.
Well, this is what I think because initially when he put his hat in head, I mean when he put his name in
I
the
got you.
draft, I thought that he would be a G League guy. Because
Hmm
there's not enough tape of him playing
But
on that high level.
Daddy gonna get you like Giannis got his brother up in that jump.
That nepotism, and that's why I'm saying the Lakers will. That's one of the things the Lakers do. They do look out for their young. You see what they did for Kobe. They gave
Hmm
him that bread. I think they would do that for LeBron. That's the least they could do. Oh, we really want LeBron back. They're willing to offer him a 3-year extension worth over 100 and something $1 million. And I know they're willing to draft his son because at the least they know if they draft his son, he's going to play at least another year. But like I was saying, after this season, I'm tired of seeing LeBron have to carry the team. Like I mean, I
Well,
really
he
don't.
tried to give it to AD. He just won't take
He
it.
exactly,
Pause.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm tired of seeing that. Like I would love to see where it was like there was actually a nigga that was better than him on the team. You know what I'm saying? And he was, and they complimented each other. The closest thing to that was Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? They tried to say that, and then I won't discredit my man D Wade because D Wade was nice when they joined up, but he started getting them injuries and shit. Um,
That
but
first year, D Wade, yeah, like did his thing.
yeah, for sure. But that's why I was saying. Then they talked about who was Braun's best teammate, and they trying to say it was AD because when they out of the teams that he's won a championship with, it would be D Wade, Kyrie, and then AD. And AD, with his skill set, was supposedly the best teammate he's had. But I would beg to differ and say it was Kyrie the most skilled because,
Kyrie to me, it would be. And then
yeah,
people sleep, and they don't like to talk about it. Zadrunas Ilgauskas was jaw like nice.
yeah. I mean, that
People
nigga was
sleep on
just
that
old,
man.
but Shit, that team won 50 games when Braun joined them, and they went to the
Yeah.
finals.
Yeah. The
And
Jonas
and
was
and
nice.
before he got there, before Braun got there, uh, Ilgauskas was nice. Ilgauskas was
Yeah.
getting double
People
doubles and
be
shit,
sleeping
putting
on that
putting up big
motherfucker.
numbers on niggas.
I ain't saying he was, super duper, but he got the jump done.
Well, back in the day, back in the 90s, the bigs were different.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for
the
sure.
bigs
They'll
now,
crush these
all the
motherfuckers.
bigs now is fucking really fours.
Yeah, they out there shooting corner jumpers all day.
Yeah, man. And you kind of look at the Miami Heat, well, not just them, but you kind of look at the Miami Heat, the culprits for this type of play because actually I could put Dallas in the mix too because of Dirk. Because Dirk was like the
Yeah,
first real stretch four that was out here
yeah.
doing all that shit that he was doing at 7 foot or whatever.
Mhm.
And
That
then
motherfucker one leg
then
step back jumper.
KG became that guy to do that shit too.
Yeah,
And that was my man's in them. But um,
yeah,
you look at Chris Bosh, bro. Before he
yeah.
got to Miami, his game was all in the paint. He was inside outside. He could still shoot. He was taking middies, but he wasn't running to the corner and shit like he was when he got to Miami. But
Bosh,
that was because of Spoelstra.
yeah, Bosh is a dog. Spoelstra, one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah, actively still. Actively
Yeah.
still.
But shit, bro, if we can get up tomorrow, I gotta get ready, go get this shape up, cause we
For
got this
sure.
thing tomorrow.
Hey,
Try to
next time we
get
meet,
this
next time we talk,
money.
maybe Kendrick will have another diss track against Drake. Drake probably will have another diss track
Yeah,
out. And
yeah.
hopefully Minnesota's up 1-0.
Mm.
The Pelicans got swept, so that's another game.
Oh
Um,
yeah, dang.
but
No Zion, no win.
no
But he
Zion, no win.
some got changed there. He might have to go.
Yeah.
Too
Well,
much too much gumbo.
the Pelicans aren't really a storied franchise anyway,
And
so
then Ingram didn't fucking show up at all.
no,
So,
he didn't. He disappeared.
but all right, brother, let me get up out of here so I can get this jump.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
Till next time.